I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me. I love this place I come from. To live another way I cannot foresee. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. As an American, I've been to the peaks of majestic mountains where the air is sweet. I've watched the eagle as it soars in beautiful skies that just can't be ignored. And by this country I'll always stand, for freedom and liberty for every...
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Hi, Debbie Martin. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Richard. Hi, Linda. Hi, Pam. Hi, everybody else that has not said anything in chat. How you guys all doing this evening as everything gets going? I hope everyone's doing great. Everything going crazy out there. You know, Trump just got indicted again here in Georgia. I don't know if you guys know that. Grand jury, of course, live update just happened, 9:31 Eastern Standard Time. Literally moments ago. Grand jury in Georgia returns an indictment against Trump again, attacking Trump for a phone conversation that was nothing. There's nothing illegal about it. Yeah, Biden no comment on Alaska or Hawaii at all. Biden totally entrenched in his fraudulent unfoldings. Hi, Linda, and hi, Pam, or hi, Susan, hi, Pam, hi, BK. But of course, Fulton County Courthouse open and closed already at this hour. The grand jury voted and returned an indictment. This is ridiculous. They just started even hearing what was happening with these charges today, and they've already returned an indictment. They were scheduled to meet today and tomorrow at least of this week. But it appears they already managed to think that this is actually possible. Hi, Gina. How you doing tonight? I mean, it's crazy. They're not going to bankrupt him at this point. Literally, this is a joke at this point. You indict somebody so many times for crimes that obviously, and it remains clear that the indictment of Trump or any other official like this, repetitively indicting people, is a joke. It is truly a joke. Yeah, it's the charge, the phone call he made asking about the votes and checking to see if everything was on the up and up when Trump made that phone call. That's what they're indicting him on. as trying to change the vote or forcing the vote, supposedly. But the ridiculousness of this is just crazy. Hi, Alex, how you doing tonight? Yeah. A lot of people's elections supposedly stolen over the years. Nobody ever prosecuted for saying that they thought their election was stolen. It's just ridiculous at this point. It's a political move to try to stop him from running 2024. And at this rate, it's just building up garbage on top of garbage cases. And it's totally insane. Meanwhile, we got Biden, the presidential, our sitting president, now known that we know that he was involved in his son's business dealings, selling his access as a government official, and policies that, of course, benefited those companies. His family made millions of dollars off of that. No questions there. We're not talking about that. That doesn't matter. No charges yet. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, the U.S. has lost its AAA credit rating. I mean, this is going to be a dramatic regime shift for the government. Government debt, I mean, the downgrade remains long-term risk for government debt. I mean, investors say risks are too far out to factor them in yet. A world with no AAA government is possible. I mean, this is crazy. As financial markets bear with stripped of the U.S. top credit rating. So as a long-term reminder, structured risk investments in government bonds are yet to grasp. This, of course, the downgrading of U.S. credit debt or credit interest will hamper everything that's happening in the U.S. and make it even worse, as, of course, it will cause higher rates, driving up debt costs and the aging population and rising healthcare spending. And these echoing challenges are going to be reverberated globally. They just won't happen in the United States. I mean, it's sad to watch this, but this unfolding slowly and surely, it's going to get worse. Yeah, started by an electric company. Yep. It's ridiculous. They keep saying Trump will never be president again, but at this rate, they're making him president again. Let's be honest. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tia. How you doing tonight? Hi, Beth. Just seeing you guys come in. This is actually ridiculous. We got them prosecuting Trump. Meanwhile, the U.S. is losing a global battle on the dollar dominancy, pushing other countries to, of course, shift from the American dollar to other currencies because they don't want to be held globally hostage. And that's what we're doing to other countries right now. With these sanctions and everything else that we're putting on China now, Russia and other countries. I hate to say it, but this is actually causing more problems than it'll ever benefit. Yeah. Get your visa revoked if you ask the wrong questions. It's ridiculous at this point. Meanwhile, we're spending billions of dollars in Ukraine, and Zelensky having to vow retaliation, of course, after Russia targets Kyrgyzstan with heavy shelling and massive damage. Russia's attack on Kyrgyzstan and the region of Ukraine with shelling at least killed 7 people and wounded multiple others. Of course, Zelensky saying, everywhere our warriors retaliate against the occupier's territory, there is not a single day that Russia's evil does not get our compelled fair retaliation, a complete fair retaliation. Yeah, that's a joke at this point, as we're seeing Ukraine massively taking heavy strikes. And that's not all. We're seeing Russian military obviously moving in and attacking Odessa, while British and Dutch jets had to go after Russian bombers. It's craziness, you know. This is happening everywhere. Russian bombers are being sighted making what it looks like practice runs. And we're going to talk more about that here in a minute because this is important. Russian military planes have been detected and tracked in Alaskan air defense zone, as well as over the Arctic Ocean, as well as near Sweden. This is happening. Russia is actively moving these bombers, and they are moving around fast. People need to wake up because this is not going to be fun and games. This is a serious issue. Russia shelling, of course, lots of regions in Kyrgyzstan, just one of the many. Now, of course, 22 at least injured in that Kyrgyzstan region so far. Russia is actively stepping up. And we haven't seen Russia do this yet. We've seen Russia playing the game of fire a couple missiles and then do nothing over and over again. Now Russia, of course, pulling in its new nuclear submarines back into harbor and arming them with hypersonic nuclear missiles. That's right. No sound. I don't know why you can't hear any sound, because you should definitely be able to hear me. If you can't hear me, then you probably turn down your audio on your computer. Well, Facebook is blocking my audio, which I don't think it is. This is troubling. Truly troubling. We're giving money to Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russia's obviously beyond the pushing point, taking nuclear submarines and arming them with hypersonic nuclear missiles. Hypersonic nuclear missiles, Russia's arming them with. They're not doing this for fun. They're getting ready for something. As these Zircon missiles are loaded in, these are not the hypersonic missiles that the older ones. These are, of course, the large ones that are truly hypersonic. Yeah, Facebook does that sometimes. Beth, I'm sorry, we can't fix what Facebook does. This is crazy. Watching the Russian military, of course, willingly send 4 planes into Alaska's air defense zone yesterday and today, this morning as well. NORAD, of course, seeing this, said the planes were deemed not a threat. How are 4 Russian bombers not threats flying into U.S. airspace? NORAD, of course, releasing this press release saying detected and tracked 4 of these warplanes in Operation Alaskan Air Defense, identifying the ALZ surrounding the U.S. and Canada, but remain in the international airspace, supposedly. But they were in the defense zone. That's contradicting right there. That's very contradicting, as Russia's activities in Alaska's ADIZ occur regularly now, and this is crazy. It's becoming a regular thing. I mean, we're watching this as NORAD tracks these planes coming and going, but knowing everything else, knowing that Russia and Chinese warships earlier this month patrolled near Alaska's Aleutian Islands, knowing that Moscow and Beijing have said the patrols were part of a larger set of maritime drills across international waters, knowing that American aircraft have several run-ins with Russian planes operating within the LZ this year. These serious issues are going to get worse. And Ukraine, of course, is not helping us at all by taking our drones that we send them and trying to attack Crimea with them, while Russia shoots down over 20 drones trying to attack Crimea. All this happening without any American citizens really backing this. Yeah. He just painted targets on everybody's head at this point. Let's be honest. Biden is painting targets on every one of our heads, whether we like it or not. What's unfolding in the world and the world at large, people are seeing that Hunter Biden is getting away with anything he wants, and Joe Biden as well is getting away with anything he wants. Watching Odessa seriously get targeted by massive waves of airstrikes. And of course, Ukraine trying to say that nothing hit. But yet I can pull up pictures of you right now of the damage done. The massive amount of damage done. Firefighters trying to put out fires in Odessa overnight on the 13th, which was just last night. As multiple drone attacks and cruise missiles hit the area, and at least 3 people were injured from debris from rockets being shot down. massive fires that broke out. I mean, we have photos of it. You can't say it didn't happen, but yet Ukraine still is. Ukraine saying that they're able to intercept all these and there's no problems is a joke at this point. In the early hours, Russia attacked Odessa with 3 waves overnight, launching drones and cruise missiles into the heart of Ukraine's key port city. 3 people were injured, of course, by falling debris when drones and missiles supposedly were shot down. We had massive damage on the streets, buildings being blown up and everything else, including Iran-made drones, which we know, of course, have been going to Russia and being sold there. The more countries you have against us, the worse it's going to get. This is what happens. As we step into the light and more people sees what's happening, and more countries, of course, start saying, well, the U.S. is not the world's police, which we're not. We're honestly not. I mean, the Biden administration is set to send another additional $200 million in assets just for Ukraine right now, just in August. This will be the 44th military aid installment since August of 2021. 12 million rounds of small arms ammunition and grenades, of course, and other missiles and artillery shells, which we're barely producing enough for ourselves right now. I don't know. Biden's definitely involved in something over there, something big that he doesn't want coming out. Right? Russia is definitely stepping up, and so is China. Nobody's talking about what China's activities are, but China's defense minister just visited Russia and Belarus to show support despite West's objections. Nobody's talking about that. Chinese defense minister visiting Russia and Belarus. As Russia and Belarus begin to step up their means, this happened about 14 hours ago when he arrived in Russia. And then Poland, of course, is detaining 2 Russians that are living in Poland for distributing propaganda for the Wagner Group. So is Russia ready to move? Is Russia really ready to go further into what they want to do? Are they going to take more land? Because, of course, what's happening in Ukraine is being funded by the West and NATO. Of course, this all leads to more issues that we are going to face here in the future. Nigeria is also, of course, protesting. And they want to prosecute their ousted president for treason, for giving away their country, basically, to the U.S. and France. Oh, we say, well, what's that got to do with anything? Well, Europe is going to be getting 90% of its propane and natural gas from, of course, Africa, and the pipeline runs directly through Niger. And that's a big issue. What? I don't know what you mean, Scott, but it's whatever. It's ridiculous at this point. I mean, Hunter Biden's own name for his father has to do with him being a pedophile. This is disgusting. And now, of course, over 800,000 student loan borrowers are set to start seeing their debts wiped following an income-driven repayment reforms. Oh, yeah. There's a court or a judge that actually agreed with this. Of course, this will be pushed up to the Supreme Court without a doubt and be shot down again. But right now, Biden thinks he's winning with this strategy. And of course, cocaine found in the White House that wasn't for Hunter Biden. Who else was it for? Maybe we know why Joe gets perky for an hour or 2 at a time. Just maybe. I'm not saying for sure, but I'm saying, the fingers have to point somewhere. Let's say the apples don't fall far from the tree. So his father's using it. It's a good example of why he's using it. It's crazy. The damage that the U.S. is obtaining from the Democratic Party and Biden himself right now and that this country will have to live with for a long, long time. I don't care who we get in office next. This problem will be here for a long time. It's not going to be a quick recovery. This is global politics that he has destroyed. Our place in the world is no longer where it was, and to regain that place is going to take a lot of work. And a lot of Americans being humbled, not having what they're used to having, not getting what they're used to getting every day, not being able to just go to the store and buy what you want every day, because this is what Biden's America, Biden's economy has done to us. It's devastating. And we got judges, of course, and I don't even know how they selected the grand jury from only a certain part of Atlanta, which happens to be very, very, very liberal, for Trump's indictment there in Georgia and Fulton County. It's a joke at this point. It's a joke. It's truly a joke. And then you got violence spreading out of control in Haiti, of course, where we're stealing uranium. We can't even deny that at this point. Rights groups are urging for international intervention, but yet we're not even stepping up to the plate. We're taking stuff from them, but watching their country, of course, destroy itself. Trump was indicted in Georgia today, for sure, at 9 something tonight. We're waiting for the exact names to show up, but we know Trump was indicted for sure. There's no indictment yet officially on the table of Trump or any other Trump official yet showing on the table. We know that the indictment did happen. And going against Trump is just a joke. Oh, yeah, well, they got to go after Trump because he did blow the whistle on Epstein and a lot of other issues. And he made Americans wake up to problems. Well, as soon as they get back in session, which they're out of session right now, Stubbe from Florida, of course, has a impeachment for Biden, and several other Republicans are also bringing back impeachments for September. But the House and Congress don't start meeting again until September. So people are stupid. They are stupid, Monday. I hate to say it. Some people just don't understand. Right now, we only get uranium from Russia and, of course, from Africa. So, of course, if we don't get uranium from Russia and Africa and Haiti, the little bit we do get out of there that we steal, we don't have nuclear power. We don't have a lot of energy and the power the country needs to run. Much while we're trying to cut gas and natural gas and propane usage, and it's just killing us at our core. Biden trying to promise auto workers better paying jobs, but meanwhile, going all electric means people aren't going to be building those cars. Robots are. Let's be honest. Yeah, I'm not going to say who uses the children of mine, but I'm not going to just blame it on the people, the citizens of Africa. Not when French and U.S. military have been there for a long time. It is devastating, though. Devastating watching what's happening, and of course, the actions of our own government are not benefiting U.S. They're not benefiting people in the world. They're stirring war and pushing for more war. That's what we have now. Much as we don't want to see it, as much as we don't want to have to deal with it, it's true. China and Russia, of course, have been wiping out African debt. That's the reason they're doing it, because they know who's gonna sell you uranium first. Are you gonna sell it to China and Russia, or are you gonna sell it to the U.S. when you owe the U.S. all this money for nothing? And that's what's happening. Yeah, 15-minute cities are coming whether we like it or not. Be prepared, because they're coming for you. These people are coming for your rights, for your freedoms, for what it means to be an American. Your freedom of speech is already well under attack, as not even the president can speak freely, or ex-president. Can't own certain weapons. Of course, those restrictions are going more and more every day. So, First, Second Amendment gone, 14th Amendment gone. It's just a matter of time till there's nothing left of the Constitution. Sad to say, but this is the world we're in now. The world we're coming to, and the world we'll have to live with. Unless Americans can step up and stand up for the truth. Yeah, they don't need uranium for their EVs. Yeah, they do need uranium, though. That's the problem. They need uranium for the power plants to charge the EVs, and they don't even understand that. But God bless you guys. It's sad to see what's happening in the world. In Hawaii, of course, over 98 or 96 people I found dead so far. It's truly devastating. Truly, truly devastating what's happening in the world. But of course, we will be back Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Till then, be safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And of course, if you can afford to donate to support the channel, please do. God bless you. God bless America. Please hope we get through this.